Traffic at 11:30 on a Sunday. Welcome to Austin. It's not too bad. I'm taking a different exit. Fuck y'all.
What's up to the world? It's the White OJ, aka the Pale-Faced Killer Whale. It is Slim Shady season, baby. Yeah, new Eminem album dropped. I worked a lot last week. Did like 12 spots. It's gonna be a pretty boring episode. I didn't drop on Monday like I usually do because I want you guys to go check out the David Collins 30-minute half-hour reality show. He did a whole episode, pretty much whole episode on the Austin Eagles and Accomplices show that the Quad City Memes put on May 17th, I believe that was, a couple months ago. So go check that out. That was extremely well edited. Yeah, it was really cool to watch that and see, like, right before I moved, David caught a couple moments, and just like looking back, and it just brought back a lot of memories. There's a couple clips of Ed Lammers in there, who has since passed. RIP to the great Ed. That piece of shit. I love him. Let's see. Yeah, so I didn't drop on the Monday like I usually do because I didn't want to step on David Collins. I mean, it was essentially an episode half about me, half about him. So go check that out. It was, like I said, the way he edited this episode, him and I talked about it, top notch. Yeah, just full time at Maggie Mays / Pop Pops now. So was able to do spots while I'm working when they do comedy on Friday nights. I work, and they don't do comedy yet, but they will in September. And then what else? What else cool happened? Yeah, just written a few solid new jokes. Pop Pops in Maggie Mays is a tough room, and I'm feeling real good because I see a lot of these mothership regulars and people that are popular around town coming in and bombing, and I haven't done that yet. I mean, I've had really good sets. Last night, I would argue that I got a little bit of a fan base last night. This like group of 7, and then there was another group. There was like 2 or 3 groups of people that were like really into my set, followed me on Instagram, like essentially stayed for. They left right after I went up. I feel bad, but I don't at the same time because I barked in half of the room, maybe more. And then by the time I got up, probably 10 of those people had left. So it was only like 15 or 20 people in the crowd, but it was a small but mighty crowd. And yeah, had a great set, did some new jokes. This is all possible because of Jake Stone. So I don't think he watches YouTube or will ever watch this, but I will be forever indebted to that man. He's a sweetheart. And then my yellow rose hat, I was barking outside of the front door, and Sable was her name from the Yellow Rose. They were doing interviews, street interviews, woman on the street, if you will. And I did the interview for them and got the hat. Go follow Yellow Rose ATX on YouTube. I guess their old account got suspended, so they had to do a new one. So I'll probably be on that episode because a pretty wild thing happened. Like during the middle of the episode, some lady walked up and like started getting all on me. You'll see it. She was like grabbing at my junk. Sorry, mom. And then admits that she's a swinger and has a husband and that her husband's going to come hit me. So I fucking dip. I'm like, well, fuck that. I saw who her husband was. And then after that interview is over, I go back and do the interview with Sable. And then the swingers come into Maggie Mays and are there for about an hour and just being absolutely obnoxious. Um, and finally leave, thank God. And then at like probably 12:30 or 1 last night, like an hour before close, I see the wife. She's like filming this dude like walking down the street, and the guy's trying to get away from her. She's just like, and I say to her, I'm like, leave this dude alone. And the guy goes across the street, gets away from her, and she tries coming back into Maggie's. I'm like, get out of here! You are not coming in here. And yeah, so hopefully they keep all that up on the Yellow Rose interview. I know I could see she was doing a lot of Kill Tony interviews, and I saw her go over to the comics, standing in line for Kill Tony. So who knows? Maybe they did something that was of value. Doubtful, but yeah, I need to get a fucking haircut. I need to shave. It's I'm not. Didn't have a full time job for since the beginning of February. So what is that? Like 4.5 months. I didn't have a full time job. I was just doing comedy and door dashing and you know whatever. So now that I'm back to full time employee, but it's comedy too. I just catching up on some Z's. I need to get a fucking haircut. Thinking about going back to the faux hawk just because it's so fucking hot, and it's not that my haircut's a pain in the ass, but it's just hot, you know. Um, and now, if you didn't like and subscribe already, what's up, Weston Wang? I'm gonna fight him when I get back. Um, if you want to go ahead and like and subscribe, if you want to turn it off now, go ahead because I am about to dive into the death of Slim Shady, my opinions, and how I feel on it after 4 days of it being out. Well, 5 because it came out Thursday night, and yeah, I've listened to it no less than probably 15 times. I mean, while I'm at work, I still have my AirPod in. So like when I'm out of work and I'm not, trying to lift or right, I've been listening to that. Been watching a little bit of the Kill Tony episode with Shane and Adam Ray. Absolutely insane. Um, but yeah, I give JD's gonna hate this if he watches it. I told JD that I think it's in his top 4 albums. Conceptually, he nailed it. I know. I mean, some of the lyrics, I'm fully aware. Stupid as shit. Like, sorry, there's a plane and a truck going by. This is outside, folks. Hopefully that plane goes down. 9/11. You guys. Um, yeah, some of, as I say, a 9/11 joke. Some of his shit's a little, the references are a little dated, like the Caitlyn Jenner shit. Um, but it was Slim Shady taking over Eminem, and he nailed that. And just the use of voices that like this is the perfect Eminem album for like a longtime stan, like someone like me. Um, like it hits every box that you want on an Eminem album. And what I told JD was there is no Not Afraid esque songs, which I don't particularly. Those are my least favorite Eminem songs. I love Lose Yourself. That's a fucking staple. That's a classic. I love Till I Collapse. Stuff like that. But then like Not Afraid, I like it. I don't hate it. I don't hate really any Eminem song, but yeah, the Not Afraid esque songs I don't care for as much. And then he didn't have really any poppy Love the Way You Lie esque records, which I don't hate either. But that's why I think this album is just the perfect like culminate. It's every Eminem album. If you listen to it, you hear his voices. He switches like from his voice to the old Slim Shady. There's a few songs where like he purposely while the record scratches, he switches his voice. I'm sorry that there's crime going on. It's probably Slim Shady killed somebody. We're having fun. But yeah, right now, yeah, I'm the only songs I really like have like I wouldn't even say skip. I sometimes skip them, but like Brand New Dance, which was recorded for Encore, you can tell if you're an Eminem fan, like that voice is just. I even pointed out a couple songs of this other Austin comic that is his voice. It's like Monkey See, Monkey Do, and like a Cannabis Disc, like back in 2003. That's a 2003 Eminem song. So that voice is from Encore. And it was supposed to be on Encore. He even says that in Guilty Conscience too, but Christopher Reeves died. So yeah, that song, it fits the album and like the concept, but I could do without it. That's the one song that I don't care for as much. And then Road Rage, number 10. It grows on me because the end of it, he goes into his old voice and everything, but like just the whole fat people thing. It's just, it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, those are the only two that I don't like love. I like them. They're whatever, but like everything else, I'm like, just the boy's back. He, with Renaissance, that's like a Eminem show esque song. And then yeah, Habits. I'm not gonna go through all the tracks, but yeah, it absolutely. Nobody's probably even listening at this point anymore, but uh, yeah, it checked all the boxes for me. I was 6 years old when I heard the real Slim Shady stand the way I am when the Marshall Mathers was about to come out. So I have grown with him. It's this is a weird thing to say, but like I'm out here alone. I've have friends obviously through comics and shit, but like Eminem coming out with an album is like an old friend just being around. You know what I mean? It's uh, comforting. It's which is crazy because he's a fucking psycho. But it's just something like that. I'm gonna be able to dive into this album. Like I said, I've listened to it probably 15 times in the 4 days. It's 4 or 5 days it's been out, but I just know. And the thing with Eminem is, which I love that I am writing now and doing my own version of art or whatever you want to call it, but you can't catch everything on the first or second listen of an Eminem album. And I know that if you don't like Eminem, you're not going to like this album. That used to bother me when I was a child that people didn't like Eminem. Now I'm a grown up. People like what they like. I don't listen to fucking Young Thug or you know Kodak Black's album because I don't like them. I'm not gonna go listen to them because you know what I'm gonna say? That's not a good album. I don't understand their artistry. I like some of their songs, and Young Thug is fire. He probably has good albums, but I that's not me. That's not my bag. So I'm not gonna go and critique their albums and run and listen to them. And that's what Eminem. That's why he's captivating because people who don't like him still go listen. So and yeah, the fan base that he's garnered. Obviously, I'm fucking 30 years old and have been listening to him for 24 years. Um, so this is just the perfect culmination. I don't think this is his last album. There's no way because Jelly Roll literally closes his album. Like Eminem doesn't even get the last word off in the album. So I yeah, it's there's something for everyone. I haven't like heard really. Even JD was giving me shit about it, but he said the album's fine. I love him, and everyone else like that has listened to it and that has talked to me has loved it and said it's amazing. So that's pretty sick. I see it all over Twitter. I saw that it was like Eminem's. The critics ranked it as one of his worst albums, which is insane. It just you'll have that though, and that's why I think being in comedy, I don't. At first, I wanted everyone to like me, which is crazy because I say outlandish shit. But now I just want to have a loyal crowd that enjoys me. Like last night, I gained a gained fans. Essentially, is what Jake Stone said. He said, "You just gained some fans tonight," And thinking back, yeah, that's pretty cool that these people followed me, and then they came back into the show during the open mic to try to hear me again, but I didn't go up. But so yeah, pretty good week. Like I said, 12 spots, only done 2 10-minute sets this week. Was gonna probably end up doing 3 mics tonight, 2 or 3 tomorrow, and then yeah, have 2 or 3, and then have probably I for sure have 2 spots Thursday because I'm at the Blindside Lounge. Shout out to Michael Hines, and I'm at Pop Pops again because I work at Maggie's. So yeah, I'm happy staying. I'm just gonna keep listening and deciphering. Fuel is absolutely wow. Yeah, go listen to Fuel by, even if you don't like Eminem or want to listen to the album, you can listen to that one. I think that could have been a single too, probably just because he drops a couple f bombs in the chorus. Um, but yeah, that is a top hit for sure. I if that's not in the top 10 Billboard, I have no faith in humanity because JID and M absolutely spaz out. But like, subscribe. I doubt anybody made it this far because I'm a nerd. But the death of Slim Shady is out. Go fucking listen. Get them streams up. I bought $180 worth of merch. I don't give a fuck. I'm out.